Hey guys, it's Rebecca. Time for my update. It's been a couple weeks and I promised I would try to keep things a little more even. I want to make sure everybody's updated and what's going on and how things are going with me. Um, Things are going much better than they were. I've gotten a lot more information so that I can share. Um, My last couple videos ago, I was telling you how the doctor had found that he thought it was a grapefruit-sized mass. Well, when they did the ultrasounds, apparently it was just a ovarian cyst that apparently are pretty normal in women, and it was swollen. And when he had felt it, it was at its largest. And apparently between the time of that appointment and my ultrasound, it had ruptured. So I have a nice big bruise on my belly from where that ruptured. Apparently it's not a big deal. It happens frequently. The reason he thought it was a grapefruit size, though, is because apparently I have two smaller cysts that are attached to each side of my ovary, or side of my uterus, and so that is why it felt so large to him, and he was concerned. So things are actually going well. He's not concerned because the individual sizes are below worry level, so we're good with that. Which means we're still on the right track for getting pregnant. With me being 34 and coming up on that 35 mark where they start labeling as high risk and all that fun stuff, we've decided to go ahead and start using Clomid, which is a fertility drug that's going to enhance the chances of us getting pregnant soon. So I have to take it for 5 days, and then we'll see what happens. And we're going to try that for 3 months and see where we are at that point. I'm on day 2 of the pills, so yesterday was horrible. Apparently my body reacted really badly because I thought I had the worst headache in the world. I was achy all over. It was just nuts. And today I took it, and it's been almost an hour, and I'm doing okay. No bad side effects. I could feel a slight headache coming on, but I did find I don't ever take pills, but I did find some Tylenol that I can take if the headache gets too bad. So anyway, so that is on that front. So we're still working on getting pregnant. Things are going great between Tim and I. Sage, we are still waiting on the results back from the custody hearing. Our lawyer had contacted the judge just to find out if he had sent anything, because none of us have received anything, and he had told her that he was still trying to decide. He hadn't ruled on that court case yet. So I guess no news is good news for right now. And the fact that he's not just automatically rushing into a decision is a good thing, I think. I think that, with all of our prayers and everybody, God's going to have him do the right thing. And if it's not with us, we'll live with it, and we'll have to, do what we can for Sage from here. But I'm just praying that God will help him make a good decision for it. Alright, that being said, the third thing that's been going on, which is part of the reason I haven't really been here on YouTube, is last 4 or 5 months my job has really been a struggle for me, and I'm the kind of person that sticks it out, and it pretty much has been wearing me down. It's not getting any better. I'm doing more and more responsibilities and not getting any more pay for it. I've gotten some promotions, quote unquote, but the pay hasn't increased, and it's just not, it wasn't working, and I was finding myself not wanting to go to work and being late, which I'm not a late person. I hate being late for anything, but I would find myself dreading going there, and then when I wasn't there, I was complaining about it all the time, and that's not my normal nature. So I started looking for another job, and I don't know if you guys caught a video a few days ago that I had posted up about a fragrance company. If you did, disregard it. It ended up being bogus, which is really sad. I wasn't planning on quitting my job until I'd found something else. And I'd gone through 2 interviews, and they were hiring for management for a fragrance company. And it was wholesale, so it wasn't like a retail store. And so I did through a couple interviews, and then I was trying to do some research on it because I'm just that type of person, and I could find nothing on the company at all. And it's supposedly been around from 1974. So I was really concerned, and went to my, orientation day 1. Yeah, they pump you up. They still don't give you a whole lot of information, and up until this point, I still had not gotten anybody's last names. Only first names only. And so I was getting really concerned. This is, I'd seen people coming in and going, product coming in and out, so I knew that they actually had a product. Well, I have a friend at church who actually started the same job, I would say 3 or 4 days before I did. And we happened to catch each other coming and going at the office the day I got hired. And so we were chit-chatting, and she was on day 1 that day, and I was just getting hired. So she had a couple days ahead of me, and I was glad. I was really glad that she was there. Throughout the weekend and the next Monday and Tuesday of this week, we kind of compared notes of what was going on because she was a couple days ahead of me. But when I went on Monday for my orientation, I just did not feel good about it. Something was not sitting right with me, and I usually get pretty good feelings about that sort of thing. And the more I questioned, the more evasive they were, and they didn't give any details. And I went home just feeling uneasy. So I talked to her, and she had a horrible day. Apparently, day 2 or 3, they have you out at other locations, and they have you in parking lots selling the product. And they got kicked out of some parking lots. Not a good situation. And I'm like, I can't. Not that I can't sell. That's not an issue. But I was hired as a manager position, supposedly for a legit company, and there was no legit anywhere. There was no proof, there was no backup, there was no details. It was all blank. So I quit Monday. Tuesday I put in a bunch of applications and resumes. Wednesday I had my doctor's appointment, so I didn't really get much done that day. And then yesterday I was sick because of that medicine. So today I am dressed and ready to go out and see what I can find. So if you guys can pray for me, I need all the prayers I can get. We can't really afford for me to be out of a job, and because I quit my other job, I can't get unemployment. Not that I've ever gotten that, but it's just I need a job that pays before too long. I get 1 paycheck today from my last paycheck, and I'm praying that something comes up quick. Weight loss surgery. I know that's the very end. I'm sorry. I am down to 177. And that's down 2 pounds since I quit my job. And I have a real good feeling that the reason I wasn't moving much was because I was so stressed out at work. I think I was stress eating and just kind of grazing all day long and consuming more than I should have been. I haven't really gained it all, but I've stayed the same and not moved for months and months. And then it would drop maybe a pound, and then it would just sit there for months. I've done really nothing. I've gone down maybe 10 pounds in the last 4 months, and that's, at a little over a year, that's not standard. I don't believe it's standard. It started too soon. I've been exercising 2-3 times a week. It's not as much as I like, but as much as I can get in. It's better than nothing. So I know it has to be the food, and the stress, and so just be careful, you guys. Kind of a word to the wise. It's very easy, even though time has gone by and you've retrained your brain to do different things, it's very easy to slip back into your old patterns of eating and not realizing it. And it wasn't like I was binging and gorging, but if you eat every couple hours, all day long, and it'll add up. It definitely adds up. Well, this is almost hitting 10 minutes, so I want to say goodbye, and I will try to keep you guys updated on what's going on all my fronts here. I'm watching as many videos as I can, but I don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm so proud of all of you. And there's so many newbies out there, I just can hardly keep up. So I'm definitely trying. But you guys have a great day. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can email me, leave me a message. You guys have a great day. Bye.